So we're going to generalize a few transactions here. The first one on the section review on October 4th, received cash on account from Oakley for $371. Covering the sales receipt 96. The receipt for that's R144. So if you flip back a couple pages to 280, here's your example for cash receipts on account. But I'm going to go back so I can write down this other stuff before I forget it. So we've got October 4th, so I'll put that in the date. October 4. The company's name is Oakley Company. And then our document number, and it says here the problem it's R144. So we've got R144 for our document number. We should have that to get started with. And then our amount is $371. So you go back to the example. Of course, it already shows the date, the name of the business, the receipt number. This was money that was paid on account, so it's going to be an AR credit, and it's going to go in the column under AR credit. AR credit, $371. And then we're going to bring that, if you look at example, all the way down to the end for our cash credit column. $371. So there's your first line. I'll try to zoom this in a little bit better. So your accounts full, credit, cash debit, $371. If you want to, off to the side for the line, I'm just thinking of this. You can write down what page out of the book this is in. So it's page 280. And if you wanted to keep track of what page the examples are on for when you do the next side, if you want to write down what page number in the book to look at, or you don't have to, just suggestion. So there's the first one. Then we'll go back and see what the next transaction is. So on the 13th, we had cash and credit card sales, tax, and our total, and our document numbers of 43. So we'll find our example. So that's on page 279. So we'll start off, it was on the 13th. Now since it was just cash sales, it was not to any specific company, and we just, you see the check mark here. Just indicated it was cash and credit card. We've got our terminal number, posting number was TS43. So we know what records to cross-reference for that. And then we're going to record the sales credit, then the tax, and then the total amount of money that was taken in for a cash credit. So back. So our first number says credit card sales, $8,361.60. So that's going to be our sales credit. The column sales credit, $8,361.60. And our sales tax is listed here. So our sales tax was $501.70. And instead of making us add it up, it even tells us what the total is. So our total, that's going to go in our cash debit column, $330. So there's the numbers. And I'll zoom this back out so you can see the whole thing. So there's our second transaction. That was on page 279. And that gets us to our third. Received cash on account from Sierra Supply, $5,989. Then we're getting a sales discount of 2%. So if you just turn back one page to 282, cash receipts on account with the sales discount. So it's on 282. So we'll start with the date. That was the 30th. That's from Sierra Supply. And then doc number R145. So then the amount they're getting credited for, $59.89. So that's going to be here in our accounts receivable credit, $59.89. And now they're going to get they got a 2%. They're going to get a 2% discount. So we got to do a little bit of math. $59.89 times 119.78. So see, we've got a column for that. Sales discount debit. So we'll put that here. 119.78. So they got that as a discount. So we didn't collect all that money. So what we've got to do is, instead of adding, we're going to subtract the 119 from the 59.89. So that gets us in our cash debit column, $5,869.22. That one was page 282. So there's what we've got for our 3 transactions. So now step month end total, improve the cash receipts on journal page 16. So we got 16 up in the top right corner. So we're going to total improve the cash. So we're going to have our total. Add everything up. So 371 and 59.89. So 6,360. Our next number, 8361.60. And our tax, 501.70. Sales, credit, discount, 119.78. Then we're going to add up all of our cash debits. 371 plus 63. So our cash debit total came to $15,103.52. And we'll just draw all the double lines under that, because we know there's not going to be any more entries under that. There's what you should have for your totals. So now we're just going to take on number 2 on the bottom left of the worksheet. Just filling in the lines and adding them all up. So our general debit totals, nothing. General credit totals, nothing. Accounts receivable credit, so that's our accounts receivable column here, 6360. Sales credit. There's our sales credit column, the 836160. Sales tax payable credit, 5070. Then we've got sales discount debit. Our sales discount debit column, 11978. Then the big one, our cash debit column. So the last one's the 15,000 number. So 15,103.52. Now when we add these up, they both should be equal. So we got 15,223. 30 cents on the debit side. Now we'll do our credit side. $15,223.30. So everything's right in our columns. Jake. So now we'll do the right side. We're going to prove the cash. So proof cash. October 1st, the cash account balance in the general ledger was $11,764.96. So look here, cash on hand at the beginning of the month. So October 1st, that amount, that 11,000, is going to go in the top line right here. So that's the beginning of the month. So 11,000. I think I just wrote that, yeah. 11,764.96. So that says the next line, October 31st, cash credit total in cash payments journal is $8,779.53. So cash balance on hand at the end of the month. Oh, I'm sorry. Cash paid out during the month. So cash payments, $8,779.53. So we'll put that here in the cash paid during the month. Then our next line is October 31st, the balance on the next unused check stub was $18,088.95. So we've got our line here, checkbook balance on the next unused check stub $18,088.95. So now we're just going to fill in this line from the top. Okay, so our cash on hand at the beginning of the month was $11,764 plus total cash received during the month. So that's going to be our amount right here in the cash debit. The $15,103.52. So the cash we had plus the cash we received. So here it says equals total, so just going to add those up. So we've got 26,868.48. So it was the cash that received plus the cash we had. Now we've got our line less the total cash paid during the month. So now we're going to subtract the 8,700 from the 26, and it should equal the 18. It's 26,000 minus 8,779.53. And look at that. Equal. So everything matches up, so everything balances out. We're good to go. Let's see. Now the example for this one is on the page before that on 283. Like I said, I know that one can get kind of confusing a little bit because it just makes sure it doesn't really tell you the whole story. So there's everything for the work together.